Hey friends. During my lesson yesterday, my piano teacher, Madeline, said, we're talking about kind of the larger making a life in music, building a teaching business, that kind of thing. She said something, was in the middle of some description of how she went about it, and All of a sudden she came out with one of my favorite phrases ever: follow your bliss. And I'm a Joseph Campbell nut. I mean, I watched probably 20 hours of his videos back years ago. I've read a bunch of his books. And yet follow your bliss yesterday struck me as like this revelation, because what I am learning and living through this process, which if you missed my post yesterday, I spoke a little bit about how I'm in a phase of kind of I think I'm in a phase transition. I'm changing into I'm kind of going through a life transition. The next portion of my particularly professional life may not resemble what I've done so far. And so, but I have a little bit of a sense of not knowing what's coming next. And what I have discovered recently is that music is my way. It's a way for me to be in the unknown and yet make tremendous progress. There's a lot of movement. I feel like there's spiritual evolution happening that doesn't have to come out verbally, doesn't have to come out explicitly in language, although sometimes it does, but it doesn't have to. I can kind of live in a realm of vibrational evolution, simply by immersing myself in music, simply by spending time every day making music. And follow your bliss is exactly what that is. It's the perfect summary of what that kind of means. You know, for me, it's music. For me, it's pouring myself into the learning of new music, the development of what for me are new techniques on the piano, and gaining a level of freedom I've never had before. For somebody else, it might be a totally different thing. It might be going running in the woods. It might be skydiving. It might be fishing. It might be, I don't know, playing bridge. Anything that brings us into connection with ourselves. And what I'm finding is that there's an interesting cross pollination happening where the life I'm living in music informs my actual life. It informs the rest of my life, and there's a sort of sense of opening up that the music is allowing, but also the music itself is changing. My ability to play, my ability to touch the keys, my ability to feel, to play a phrase and let go of it. I'm learning, one of my biggest lessons over the last couple of days, I'm learning a new Chopin etude, has been, once you play something, let it go. I have a tendency to play a note, and then I'm still hanging on to it, even though all this tension is doing literally nothing. That string is vibrating just the same as if I'm not touching it. So letting go, letting an impulse happen and immediately end. And then there may be energy that carries on, but letting that energy ride rather than forcing the energy. So there's a great deal coming through for me right now, and I think it just tells me that I'm on track. And follow your bliss. Yesterday, when Madeline said that, I was like, oh yes. Thank you for reminding me of my favorite ever, 3 words of, if you could only give someone if the only advice you were allowed to give someone had to be squeezed into 3 words, follow your bliss would be a pretty good candidate. Because it says a lot. It says a lot with those 3 words. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Follow your bliss means you don't have to know what's going to happen. You don't have to know what it's about. You just have to love it. You just have to love doing it. Sometimes when I think about my level of obsession with these pieces, these Chopin etudes, I have no idea what it's about. I know I'm a pianist and I've always loved learning new music. I've always loved developing my technique. I know that much, but I don't know why I can't ever put them down. Or why I've spent a couple of years now really kind of digging in. But I don't have to know. I just have to follow my bliss. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate you. Have a lovely day. Follow your bliss. I'll see you tomorrow.